Thank you for joining Wars of the Rosies as we continue with part 37, Final Dissolution, of The Origin of Freemasonry and Knights Templar by John R. Bennett. Final Dissolution. In the beginning of the 14th century, Philip the Fair, an avaricious and ambitious king of France, secretly planned with Pope Clement V for the destruction of the Templars and the appropriation of their revenue. The order at this time was enormously wealthy. This aroused his avarice. Their power interfered with his designs of political aggrandizement, and this alarmed his ambition. Pope Clement, by Philip's direction, wrote in 1306 to Desmoulins, the Grand Master, who was then at Cyprus, inviting him to come and consult with him on some matters of great importance to the order. Desmoulins obeyed the summons and arrived at Paris with 60 knights and a large amount of treasure. He was arrested and imprisoned, as was later every knight in France, on the pretended charge of idolatry and other enormous crimes of which a renegade and expelled prior of the order was said to have confessed that the knights were guilty of in their chapters. Of such preposterous charges the knights were tried, and, of course, as a foregone conclusion, condemned, and on the 12th of May, 54 of the knights were publicly burned. Desmoulins, during his imprisonment, was subjected to the utmost indignities and sufferings for the purpose of extorting from him a confession of guilt of his order. But Desmoulins was firm and loyal, and on the 11th day of March, 1314, he was publicly burned in the little island of the Seine between the Augustinians and the Royal Garden in Paris. Burning of Jacques Desmoulins. When about to die, he solemnly affirmed the innocence of the order, and it is said summoned Pope Clement to appear before the judgment seat of God in 40 days, and the King of France within a year, and both, it is well known, died within the period specified. In most countries their property was seized by the sovereign, and in part turned over to the Hospitallers and other orders. From the establishment of the order by Hugh de Payens, the first Grand Master in 1118, until its dissolution, 1311, during the mastership of James Desmoulins, 22 Grand Masters presided over the order. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and comment. And if you can, please consider donating to Wars of the Rosies. Links to PayPal and Patreon are in the description. Thank you so very much.